Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here, and as you already know, we are going over yet another new GFuel product. And I guess I should actually thank GFuel because they actually gave me like 1 or 2 weeks before releasing another flavor. So I was actually able to do some other reviews because this year they've been coming out way too many flavors. But man, they just keep pumping them out like crazy, and at least they release these 2 flavors at the same time so I can do both of these in one review, and that is the red ooze and black ooze. Coming right up. Venom. Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today, and if you want to stay informed on all things caffeine related, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every Tuesday night and one on the weekends. And in today's video, we're going over the GFuel Black Ooze and Red Ooze. Obviously these are flavors inspired by the new movie coming out, Venom 2, or Venom Let There Be Carnage. And if you guys didn't know, I am a big fan of Venom. I mean, when you have a shirt, it's usually a good sign. And also, timestamps and chapters are down below so that you can go where you want to go, because I do tend to babble a little bit, and I am going to talk about comics for a second. If you like comics, stick around. If not, skip ahead to that taste test. That's what most people are here for. But yes, I am a huge Venom fan. I actually remember reading and still have those Spider-Man comics back from when that came out. And I'm not talking like issue 300. I'm talking about back when the black suit was first introduced, way back in issue number 252. And if you guys didn't know, they only released 1 comic a month. Therefore, it took 4 years for them to get to issue 300. And as a comic book lover, if you read that series over those few years, it was an amazing surprise the way they worked that into the storyline. And that surprise twist to the story was one of those things that really made people love Venom. And then of course the evil villain that he became, becoming one of Spider-Man's most dangerous villains. But then as time went on, Venom ended up becoming the anti-hero, which made him a little bit good, but still a little bit bad. But whatever the case, Venom was one of Spider-Man's biggest and baddest foes, till they gave him his own comic book as an anti-hero. And of course, like any company would do, how do you capitalize on the popularity of Venom and what you were able to accomplish with that character? Well, you go ahead and make another character that is exactly like him, except you make him more sinister, more evil, without a care in the world. And the only thing he cares about is causing as much maximum carnage as possible. And as much as people thought that this was just another way for Marvel to try and make money, Carnage did go over surprisingly well and made an absolutely amazing villain to not only Spider-Man, but also for Venom. Therefore, it is no surprise that with the success of the origin story of Venom in the first movie, that they would release another movie. But the problem is Spider-Man isn't involved with any of the Venom movies, so they really did take artistic liberties from the original Marvel story of Venom to make sure Spider-Man wasn't actually involved in the entire process. And why would they do that? Well, it's not actually really a Marvel thing. It was actually a rights issue between Sony and Paramount. Sony had the rights to the Spider-Man movie, but Paramount had the rights to several of the Marvel movies. In 2009, Disney bought the rights to Marvel for $4 billion. Yeah, that's a big purchase, but they've done big things with it. They're probably already more than double their money. But Marvel Disney needed to bring back Spider-Man for the Avengers. So after a lot of legal issues, Spider-Man left the Sony world and jumped into the Marvel Disney world, leaving Venom behind. But Venom didn't mind. Venom said, I'm still gonna be successful, and his first movie was a huge success. And how do you make the second movie an even bigger success? You bring in a villain like Carnage, where there will be carnage. Thank you so much for bearing with me during my comic talk. I could probably go on and on, but I am not starting a comic channel. Maybe I should start. Now, I'm not starting a comic channel. I don't have time for an ASMR channel, a comic channel, a rap channel, and a caffeine channel. So GFuel has collabed with Sony to get you these Venom energy drinks, Black Ooze and Red Ooze. And from what I've heard, they're supposed to be some kind of a black cherry kind of flavor. So I'm interested to see what they came up with. And in order to do that, we need to taste them out. Just gonna grab them from my Caffeine Man fridge. If you guys didn't hear, but because you're living under a rock or something, or just watch my GFuel videos, C4 actually did a collab with Starburst. That's right, they came out with the C4 Starburst energy drinks. So if you hadn't heard about that, go check out my review on it, and it is getting tons of great reviews, not just by me, but by everybody, but because these flavors are really great flavors. And if you want to save 20 to 30% off your order at C4 Energy, you can use coupon code CaffeineMan. That code is also good at Cellular Core and Extend. And here is the Black Ooze. GFuel doing a great job with their graphics. You got Venom on the side there as well. And I do think the graphics are a bit dark for the can. And when you see the next can, you'll see that both cans are relatively... I'll show you both of them now. Why am I going to wait? Well, actually, with my lights, this one looks a lot redder. But not in the light. They look pretty close. You'll see for yourself when you get them. Let's taste out some Black Ooze. I was kind of hoping that it would be black. I know people don't like their artificial colors, and all of the G Fuels, besides the tea one, are clear, because you can't make clear tea when you use actual tea. But I figured there would be a special occasion when they're calling it Black Ooze and Red Ooze. Great to have a black energy drink, but they went clear. Let's taste it out. All right, so for your carbonation, you are getting a high carbonation out of it. G Fuel always gives you the high carbonation. As for your sweetness, you're also getting a decent amount of sweetness out of here. You're getting a lot of sweetness. I would say you're getting on the low end of high, which is also what G Fuel is known for doing. And for the flavor profile, I'm actually going to give it a medium to high flavor profile. I don't think it's hitting that high category yet. And the reason for that is that if I went into this not knowing that it was a black cherry flavor, I would probably have a problem picking out what the flavors are, because it's on the back end that you kind of get that black cherry flavor. So you kind of get this unique individual flavor with some of that G Fuel and that sweetness, and then that black cherry comes in. But I seem to think that the black cherry, it's a bit subtle. I'm really used to G Fuel giving you a like punch of flavor, but they could still really give a bigger punch of flavor to that. So when we go ahead and take a look at the Caffeine Man rating chart, I think it's a good flavor, but I really think they could have gone a little bit stronger with it. So I'm going to give this an 8.0. Moving on to the Red Ooze. Yeah, it's not red. I knew it wasn't going to be red since the other one wasn't black, but let's see what the Red Ooze tastes like. I mean, if the Black Ooze was supposed to be black cherry, maybe this is more of a red cherry, or I don't know. Alright, you're definitely getting a lot more flavor out of that one. Carbonation, sweetness, both the same, but for the flavor profile on this one is definitely hitting that high mark. They're definitely giving you a bunch more of that cherry flavor in there. It could still be a black cherry, but I would say it just seems more like a cherry for me. And they are giving you a little bit of sour on the back end as well. So again, mostly sweet, a little bit of sour, and not even that it's that sour, it's really going more towards a tart flavor. And you know, the difference between sour and tart is relatively subtle, but it's not hitting you with that sour flavor when you think sour. But you are getting a tart flavor out of here, which is good for cherry drinks. And overall, it's definitely, I think, a better flavor than the Black Ooze. So Carnage is winning this battle. Oh, I know he's not probably going to win the battle in the movie because he's the bad guy. But for these drinks, he's won this battle in my opinion. So where's it going to be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart? I'm going to give this an 8.5. It's definitely moving up the list. It's definitely better than that Black Ooze. But there are definitely still some other cherries that are above it. And I actually have to say that I guess they wanted to be different than their sour cherry. But their sour cherry, the G Fuel sour cherry, that scored way high. It's on the chart there. You can see where it scored. It seems like this is a much tamer version of that. And obviously they can't copy that same exact flavor because it needs to be a different flavor. But if you're looking for some cherries, I recommend those other ones. You can try these out. They might be more for you. But if you like a little bit of that tartness, I'd say go for the Red Ooze. If you're looking for something a little more subtle, you go for the Black Ooze. Additionally, I usually don't talk about this stuff that much, but my throat is getting a little bit weird. And it's just something personally that happens to me. I know that some people, not many, but some people have a little bit of a reaction to a malic acid or even the citric acid. But in this case, for me personally, anything that has too much malic acid when I start drinking it, it can tend to irritate my throat a little bit, and I usually drink a decent amount of water with the drink to kind of balance out that little bit of a sore throat kind of feeling that I have. And I looked at the ingredients, and malic acid is the second, yes, the second ingredient. That means after carbonated water, the largest amount of the next ingredient is malic acid. So they are giving you a lot of malic acid in here, and I do know some people have left me comments looking for less acidic drinks, so these drinks won't be for you. Malic acid usually always falls in different spots on the ingredients. Some of the other G Fuels have malic acid much lower on the list, and not all energy drinks use it. To give you a little rundown, malic acid is known to help promote the production of energy, also helps increase exercise endurance, as well as fight off muscle fatigue. But one of the main reasons it's used in drinks is because it helps add to its tart flavor, which it helped add to the tart flavor in that red ooze. I'm not sure where it went in the black ooze. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. A lot of stuff coming up. A lot of people like to ask me, hey, did you hear about the new Bang that's coming out? Already got it on order, should be here soon. I also have a very highly requested drink, limited edition, coming up this weekend. So I got a lot of content planned out for you guys. Hope to see you there. So until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night. Moving on to the red ooze. I don't know if I'm going to jump cut it or edit it, but for some reason I just opened it over here. But when I always open it over here, I don't know what I was thinking. I had a bunch of stuff going on in my brain.